brought to you by IWCRadio.com. It's the internet's most irreverent wrestling podcast. Now, please welcome Beans, Smoot, Chucks, and Will. This is the IWC.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the IWC Radio podcast. Smoot here, along with Chucks and Will, being still MIA. Honestly, I was hoping he would have been at the XFL, the press conference, the conference call this past, what was it, Thursday, Friday?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. I want to say Friday, but I might be wrong.
Yeah. The XFL's coming back. You guys kind of, I believe you predicted that when the story of Vince McMahon selling off his personal stock from WWE and funding this Alpha Entertainment, and lo and behold, out of nowhere, the XFL is coming back in 2020.
Yeah, I would like to take full credit for predicting that one. I wasn't relaying any rumors at all. That was all me. I heard Alpha Entertainment. I was like, well, you know what that's going to be.
I watched it. I didn't watch it live, but I watched it when the video went up onto YouTube. And honest to God, I was waiting to hear. And next on the line is Martin Nolan, IWC Radio podcast on YouTube, and just fire off a question to Vince. And he'd probably ask something like, "Why is Mojo Rawley still employed?
Will he be going to a XFL?"
So apparently, go ahead.
I can actually reveal we were actually invited, but he couldn't make it. Genuine story.
Really?
Yeah, he was busy with Jack.
No,
so he couldn't do it.
Are you pulling our leg?
No, I seen the email because he sent me the email.
He was legitimately invited to the conference call.
Yeah, he sent me the email to see if I could do it, but I was busy as well.
Oh my God.
It could have been you, Smoot. If he'd just been passed on that one more time, you could have been on that call.
Oh my God. I would have done it. I would have done it. All you had to do is just tell me, like, hey, check your email.
We got told he sent me the email about half an hour before it was on, and it was like sort of trying to find someone to do it, and then it was too late. But
oh my God.
That's incredible.
I'm dumbfounded right now. He legitimately had the credentials to do the conference call. What? Words fail me at the moment. Anyway. So some of the talking points from the press conference with the XFL. It's going to be a much more faster game. The quality of player is also going to be a dependent factor. Possibly no halftime. I don't know how that would kind of work. I guess it would just be, after quarter 2, it just goes right into quarter 3. And there's some other things as well. It was going to be, they want to listen to the fans, what they want to see and what to have in their own type of league. Do you think it's a good idea to have the fans decide, basically everything from top to bottom in the XFL, the new XFL, I might add? Well,
I mean, he says he listens to the fans in WWE, and he doesn't. So. Who's to say he's actually going to do it with XFL?
That's a valid point, actually. Yeah.
Well, I mean, who has he listened to get this far? Who has told him that this is a good idea?
Also a good point. Yeah.
Well, he must. I mean, there must be something he knows that we don't, because He's put a lot of money into it. He must
He
do
put
something,
a hell of a lot of money into it last time, and well, you'd think he'd know a lot more than us about that too. And yet he's decided, no, it's just, it was 17 years ahead of its time. Now it's definitely going to work.
I mean, I must admit, I'm not a big fan of NFL. I find it boring, and a lot of things he was saying, a lot of the things I find fault with NFL. So I might be willing to give it a go.
Yeah, I think he sees an opening with the NFL ratings taking a tumble. Maybe business for the NFL isn't doing too hot. So why not restart the XFL, keep wrestling out of it, and have it have some sort of actual legitimacy to it, to the actual to the league, I guess. Because I guess people were like, "Oh, this is stage. It's just like the hokey, professional wrestling stuff." By having wrestlers and the commentators be a part of it and such.
Yeah.
So I think he wants the actual league, the actual game of football to have some sort of legitimacy to it, rather than have that cloud of it's made by a professional wrestling promoter. Therefore, it's got to be staged in some capacity.
Yeah, I mean, I see your point, but if it's associated with Vince, it's always going to be associated with WWE. You see Vince, you think WWE, so it's always going to have that stigma attached to it. But I think he did actually mention that he's not really going to be seen a lot in terms of actually.
Yeah, he's going to take a more backseat role.
Yeah.
Which I was also. That kind of took me a little bit. I was like, you have a project that you've spent hundreds of millions of dollars, putting your own money into, and you're gonna possibly let somebody else run it for you. That's pretty bold.
It is, but I think it's a good decision.
Yeah, and also he's still going to be the day-to-day operator for WWE as well, because one of the people in that conference call actually asked that question, if he was still going to be a part of WWE and whatnot. He said yeah. So I mean, it's still early 2018. They got 2 years to build it. I'd like to see what they can make of it. Apparently all the cities in the United States are on the radar, as he put it. Yeah, I'm excited for it personally. It could be something brand new. I'd like to see it compete with the NFL for sure.
Is it right what he said? He said there's no football?
It's in that block right after I think the Super Bowl, which I think I predicted when the news broke.
So there's actually generally no American football for 7 months.
Nope. It's pretty much you got college ball in the fall. I think the Arena League is sometime in the winter, I believe. Which nobody really watches that, and that's not really broadcasted on TV that much anymore.
Don't they just do the other sports in that time? Doesn't basketball pick up or baseball?
That's the other thing too. Yeah, is baseball also kind of winds down in the fall. Basketball picks up around Christmas time. So yeah, the other sports basically come out of its off season. I think NASCAR as well comes back in late February, early March. So,
but it sounds like there's a gap there, definitely. So maybe it might work.
Yeah, to me it just seems like any wrestling company trying to compete with WWE at this point. It's too big and it's too well established. I just can't see it.
Do you think it'll last though, or no?
depends if the money's there. It's kind of like TNA. If someone's going to fund it, it'll be there. But I don't know enough about football. I guess that's the issue. I can't make any bold prediction, but I don't see it being a huge success. It'd be nice if it was. But...
I think he's looked at the success of the network in WWE.
But even that's not a huge success.
No, but
it's nowhere near where they wanted it to be.
Well, no, I suppose not.
I don't think the number's going up a whole lot, and a huge number of people are just doing the free trials over and over.
Yeah.
They're not making as much now as they did on pay-per-views. When they killed off pay-per-view. I don't know. I think it's just Vince's. He's in his 70s, in his early 70s, and maybe his last chance to do something different. The films didn't work, the bodybuilding didn't work, the XFL didn't work. Now he's saying, well, let's just try it. Why the hell not? I've got all this money. Just do it.
I mean, yeah. Why not, If he's got money to blow, why not do it for a second time? And hopefully, it is a success. So...
Ed made a good point in the chat. He said during the press conference, one of the questions, he said he thinks that football games are too long on TV.
Yeah.
This is the guy that produces the 3-hour Raw every week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of sports and wrestling, NXT fans are chanting "fuck Tom Brady" before TakeOver. That's great. That's classy. Where are they at, if I may ask? Oh, in Philadelphia, right?
Philadelphia, yeah.
That's right. Okay. Nice. Classy. All right, so I think that's... Was there anything else about the XFL you wanted to mention? Anything else? Should we move on?
No, I think we've covered it for now. Okay. I'm sure we'll come back to it in the next 2 years.
True, yeah.
Yeah, we've got time.
Raw 25, before we get into the Rumble.
Can we talk about XFL again?
Yeah. The Raw 25 started off pretty good, and then it was just horribly booked from there on out. Stone Cold came back and gave the McMahons a stunner. Pretty much it seemed like a classic Raw, just by that alone on paper. But from there, it was basically business as usual, with random cuts to the Manhattan Center with people being disgruntled because they didn't get much action throughout the night and were just practically watching a show on a giant TV screen. So.
Yeah. You know how how there are certain things that WWE has done in the past that when time has passed, you then become allowed to make fun of. Well, for a little while, the XFL was one of them. The gobbledygooker, that was a silly thing that we did. The invasion, to a degree, we're allowed to talk about how that could have been handled better. Breaking Goldberg's streak, and certain things that wrestling decisions that we're allowed to make fun of. I don't know how long it'll be before we realize that filling the Manhattan Center to do nothing. I mean, at some point we will be able to look back, and even they will admit, yeah, we didn't really think that one through.
Yeah, I think they wanted to do more with it. Just I don't know what happened. They just didn't. I thought
there's your problem.
Yeah, I mean, you just you hit the nail on the head.
They just didn't do it.
When you first saw it, it looked great. It looked like a good some audio pass.
Oh, yeah.
All right. There we go.
I can't join in again this week. Yeah, it looked good. It looked like a it was all even down to the signs and everything looked.
The
like
Ico Pro being there,
Yeah.
that was a good touch.
And then it was just a massive letdown.
It was a waste, yeah. And like people paid up to like $800 for tickets in the Manhattan
Yeah.
Center. Yeah, like, and all they
And
got,
that's just face value. You know,
Yeah.
someone got them on the secondary market. Could have been thousands. It's crazy.
all for like a couple of promos, like barely a match, I would say,
Yeah.
and a couple of dark matches with the cruiserweights. And
They got the 205 tour.
Yeah.
They had
Yeah.
about 3 cruiserweight matches and then Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt.
I
Yeah.
did read a story. Apparently, Triple H, because obviously he was there with DX. They did. He was sort of getting onto the fact they weren't happy and was arranging because I think the Miz went over
yeah,
and he wasn't supposed to be there. They were arranging people to come over to try and keep them happy. But surely someone should have looked at that and thought, "Hang on, there's not a lot happening here."
I mean,
You would think.
and in the first hour, like there was people posting videos of the fans just chanting "refund."
Yeah.
Like,
And yet they were strangely well behaved when it came to their segments.
Yeah.
When
mostly,
DX came out, it was
mostly
yeah,
you could sort of
it
hear
was-
some refund cat calls.
yeah,
there
it
and
was
there.
it was quiet, but it wasn't like
Yeah,
they weren't rioting.
true.
They didn't walk out. They didn't, you know. I was expecting huge bullshit chants. They were all right.
There was that picture of JR and King apparently asleep.
Falling asleep. Yeah.
I think JR's come out this week. Oh, it was King actually. King said yesterday they weren't, basically. Apparently the monitors were quite low down, so they were looking down. But
Looking down at the desk, yeah.
they're denying being asleep.
Use my dad's excuse. I was just resting my eyes because they weren't just looking at the desk. You can tell the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
keep going. Sorry.
just a mess. So the
It
whole,
was.
even the whole show after the opening segment, just a mess. Even down to the end. The end was rushed because they were about 20 minutes over.
Yeah, like it had a it had like a rushed feel at the end because they were, yeah, as you mentioned, they were basically over time with the overrun and such, and like they had like what was that Titus O'Neil match with or Titus Worldwide beating
Yeah. What was that about?
the Bar again, like oof. What else happened on that show? And they like had the classic divas and the classic superstars and whatnot, just
there,
and that was it. They didn't have anything for them. It was literally creative has nothing for you, but to show up and just smile and wave to the crowd. And in the chat's asking, what the fuck was up with the Undertaker's promo? I don't know. Everybody expected him to like announce his retirement or something. And honestly, whatever, like, if that was a retirement promo, it sure as hell didn't sound like it, like at all.
No, he said, "Everyone I have beaten can now rest in peace."
Mm.
Yeah.
What's that?
He says every time he beats someone anyway.
Yeah, right. But now you really can.
I did read someone on Twitter, which it's a bit far-fetched, but it could be one explanation. Could it be that the dead man is putting it to bed?
Here we go. Yeah, maybe because we've talked about that.
Yeah.
About this show. We thought maybe it would be, but then he did come out without his hat, without his gloves, and without his coat.
That was a nice touch. Yeah.
That was a nice touch. We found another way to be the dead man.
I really thought he was gonna, because he was on quite early in the show.
Yeah.
I honestly thought he was gonna turn up later on at the Barclays Centre.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, me too. That didn't happen. Especially then when Cena did his thing with Drifter instead of anything with Taker.
Yeah.
That was another disappointment. I don't even really want to see that match, but I thought at least we would see something noteworthy. Nope.
See, I thought when Elias was in the ring, I thought The Rock was going to show up there. But again,
that would have been something.
Sorry, it was Titus Worldwide and Heath Slater and Rhino, not the
Right?
Bar.
Yeah.
In a
Yeah,
no
they
contest.
argued over the
Oh.
over the poker. Yeah. Did you also
Uh,
notice that Jeff Hardy was hanging around in the back of that poker game?
yeah, yeah.
He was there, and then he transported somehow very quickly to the Manhattan Center to do a little song with Matt off camera, obviously, and then he was straight back to the end of the poker game.
It was almost like it was a pre-tape.
Yeah, but it wasn't because that tag match came from it.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't have been.
That's true.
Yeah.
What made me laugh about the end, the Lesnar Kane Strowman segment. Just before they went to break, they brought all the legends out to act as security.
That was great. Kurt came out with everyone as security. It's like Eric Bischoff there, Brother Love.
Exactly. Who thought, right, we need security, let's get all the old guys and the coach.
And then they all just ran away as well.
Yeah. It was like a lumberjack face-to-face-to-face thing. It was just whatever, you know? Another thing Ed's pointing out in the chat is someone had to be fired for going to commercial when Scott Hall came out. Yeah, what was up with that?
Yeah.
I guess they just had to do another ad.
I think, they just had to do it. It's one of them, innit?
But yeah, that was bad.
I think by that point it was 4:10 here, so what's that, 11? So
Yeah.
I'm guessing they just had to take the ad.
You can't do amateur hour like that with a crowd like the Manhattan Center, honestly. Because they're gonna rip you up and spit you out for pulling shit like that. And I hope some people got a refund for it, because that was probably a waste of 3 hours for them. I know I would have.
Yeah.
Just to have.
I just saw someone on Twitter say it wouldn't have been a bad idea to do the whole show in the Manhattan Center.
Yeah.
You didn't need to be in Barclays, really. It would have been a good move to do the whole thing.
Yeah. Whatever they were thinking, they didn't think it through.
No.
What would you have liked to have seen, though? Because, I mean, there were so many missed opportunities, like you said, with the legends just hanging around. They could have had any of the more capable female legends do something to set up the Rumble, even if it was to have, just, like, get involved. Maybe one or two of them could announce themselves in. That would be cool, if they're going to be in. Like
Right.
Bellas could say, you know what, let's do it. They could have had a little scrap with some of the current divas. Would have been cool. Just more than just showing up like a Hall of Fame, wave your hand a little bit and then go back.
Yeah.
We could have had Cena and Undertaker. We could have had like Jeff actually meeting Woken Matt.
Yeah.
We could have had him say, "Brother Nero, I knew you'd come."
Yeah.
That's what we wanted to see.
Yeah.
He said the thing, stuff like that.
He said the thing.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't capitalize more on that. It felt more like an honest to goodness, like, average show than like a 25th anniversary type of event.
It was a bad show. Not even like an average, like an average Raw. At least we get the storylines that we're supposed to be focused on. This one, we've got the Rumble coming up 6 days later.
Yeah.
No mention.
Nope.
Except we had Asuka throwing everyone over the top.
You got a plaque.
There was a plaque?
Yeah, the Vince McMahon plaque. At the beginning of the program. That Stephanie and Shane gave to... Yeah, Stephanie...
Oh, yeah, that was... Yeah, I did. I came late to that.
The GoFundMe plaque.
That's right. Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, not good. Not good at all.
So when
And Asuka throwing everyone over the top.
Yeah.
Not having watched, I guess, every other year, where whoever throws everyone else over the top ends up not winning. It's usually Big Show.
Right.
That's a bad sign. You should have let yourself get thrown over. That makes your chances a little better for Sunday.
They always ask that question: how is anyone going to throw a Big Show over?
Yeah,
That's true.
I mean,
they did it with Nia Jax this time.
Yeah, Nia Jax this time.
God.
Considering he's never actually won it.
Yeah, they keep finding ways.
Yeah. I was going to mention something. I can't remember what now.
Was it AJ showing up for no reason at all?
Oh, yeah. What was up with that?
Yeah.
Just to say Hulk Hogan's line. That was it. Mean Gene. That was also a waste of me. Basically, anybody that showed up, it felt like a wasted appearance.
Yeah.
Because of how insignificant the show was. It makes me wonder if... It makes me wonder when SmackDown does its 25th anniversary, if this is, what to expect. Because holy cow.
That's a little way off, isn't it? That's 2024. Yeah, we've got a few years. Then there was the burial of the revival.
I mean, that was to be expected.
Who certain people like Jimmy Corderas are saying, no, they got the rub. It's good. It's good to be pedigreed by Triple H. It can only help your career.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Look at Seth Rollins and where he is currently.
Well, he got his finish back. That's cool.
That's true.
Well, yeah.
But now he's with Jason Jordan and...
Yeah. It's not ideal.
And all that.
Jason Jordan's new character, I guess, is saying, my father, as much as possible. Just talk about Kurt. He's my father. My father's a great guy. My father did that once. He was in a Rumble. My father. Apparently that's going to get beat.
It's working.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Great. Working for me.
Real quick, let's see what happened on SmackDown as I pull up the results for that, because I don't remember a damn
Just
thing.
before you do that, there was one story about the your friend Jimmy Fallon was there.
Fuck Jimmy Fallon.
I was waiting for you to say that. Apparently his bit had to be rewritten because he turned up late.
Yeah.
What was he gonna do?
Probably because he was drunk.
He was supposed to do a segment with all the GMs, apparently, and he didn't turn up in time to do the rehearsal.
All the GMs? Why would he be there?
I don't know. That was
to laugh wildly at all their jokes.
Yeah, why was Teddy Long there?
Yeah, why was the Boogeyman there?
Yeah, where was Mae Young's hand?
Yeah, let's do that joke again.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Enzo. Yeah, he apparently was suspended before Raw 25 went on the air, like minutes before the show, and then ended up being fired over rape allegations over some woman, which apparently... What's funny?
Just like you just threw that in there over some woman.
I don't know who she is.
No, I know you did. She's allegedly a victim.
Yeah,
that's what we know.
Yeah,
the story's pretty horrific.
It
actually,
is.
if there is truth to it, then that's
But like,
sure about that.
There's somebody on YouTube that's been trying to like disprove it. Last I've heard, Enzo posted something.
Is it Enzo?
No, it's not. It's not Enzo. But no,
he wasn't actually fired over the allegations, though, was he? He was fired because he didn't tell WWE about it.
Really?
Supposedly, yeah. He's known about this.
Yeah.
Wow.
It all went down in like October or something, and he's known about it since then. It's only just come out now that she's decided to talk about it.
Yeah, you can't, in this day and age, with all the crazy sexual harassment stories that have been coming out of Hollywood, you can't be withholding information like that. you gotta come out and just be like, yo, this lady is saying that I allegedly raped her. Can you help me out or something like that? Right? If he was not guilty, he could have easily just been like, hey, she's crazy or whatever. I've got this handled. Can you have my back or something like that? But instead,
just let him know. Yeah, you might hear a few things.
The fact that he hid it makes you wonder if it could be true.
Or at least there may be truth to it.
Yeah.
I don't know, how far, but you got to wonder.
And if it is true, I don't think you'll see him in WWE anymore.
No. In fact, I don't know if you've seen. Have you seen the picture?
No, I've not.
Okay. Well, he's vacated the Cruiserweight title. The website now shows that Vacant is the champion.
Right.
Vacant has also taken his place on the production truck.
Oh my god.
Really?
Yeah, I've just linked you guys to the pictures. I don't know if we can throw them up on the stream.
Wow.
Oh my god.
That didn't take long, did it?
I didn't even. Oh. That does not look like a Photoshop job. That looks like a legit.
Yeah, they've done it.
Oh my!
And they didn't even neaten it up. They've actually outlined him.
Yeah. Oh wow. I just get a paint job. Just freshly paint it. Get a new fathead thing to cover it
stick
up
someone
with.
over him.
Like what? And why would you have Big Cass and Enzo next to each other when they split up? Like, come on, man.
Uh-huh.
I think that kind of answers the question. No, I don't think he's going to be back at all.
No.
Well, once you're taken off the side of the truck, that's
that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
You're done.
Was this just the excuse they were looking for, though? Because it sounds like he wanted to do this for a while.
I don't know. He wasn't a favourite in the locker room, apparently, but then they were building 205 Live around him completely. He was all over it.
Yeah, that's true.
He was making good merch money, supposedly. I don't know.
Yeah, where do they go from here? Like I've heard recently that Christian may be like a manager for, or the general manager for 205 Live.
Oh yeah, they've announced that someone's going to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be. Do you just see how much money Neville wants?
You got to feel bad for him too, because he kind of got pushed to the wayside when the company wanted to go behind Enzo, and now this story, the scandal, broke out. He's fired from the company, and maybe see if you could try to make amends with him and get Neville back in there.
Yeah.
It's going to take something like that, I think, to save 205 Live. And even then, I don't think I think it's gone.
Yeah.
I think it's gone. Why bother?
At this point, I think it's kind of a lost cause, which is a shame. Honestly.
Yeah.
Especially since the taping schedule is SmackDown Live, Mixed Match Challenge, and then
that's
205 Live currently. So that's 3 shows in the span of 3.5 hours that they have to clear the ring, tape up the ropes, and all this stuff. And at this point, it just seems like it's kind of pointless in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wouldn't happen, but I'd love Corey Graves to reference it in some way because he hated him, didn't
he? Yeah. Yeah. That is very true. He did. He was not keen on them for sure.
Well, when your career takes a dive off of 205 Live, that's amore.
Oh my god. Really? Really?
What?
Really?
Yeah?
Oh my god. Okay. All right.
And we got predictions to make.
Yeah, sure. Why the hell not?
All right.
So,
do you have the papers to rustle?
I have some papers. Let's rustle some papers for it. They're all sticking together too much. They're not rustling. I'll just flick through the pages instead. There you go. There you go. I got there. So Enzo's match has been pulled, unsurprisingly, because, you know, you can't really have a match if you don't work there anymore, and has been replaced by 3 matches on the pre-show. So,
wow.
Yeah. Oh, so, right, you guys don't know these yet. We're actually getting your live reactions to these matches, right?
I saw... Yeah, I looked on Wikipedia. I saw that there was like 9 matches made.
Yeah.
And I was like,
that's right.
That can't be right. That was way too many. And then you mentioned that...
3 are pre-show.
Yeah, 3 of them are on the pre-show, which I'm guessing is 2 hours long, and it's going to be a 4-hour-long program. Because it's one of the big 4 pay-per-views, and we got to have the laborious nature of watching a 6-hour-long special.
Well, I was going to say, I don't know that the main show is going to be 4 hours, but 2 Rumble matches means they've got to go nearly an hour each. Men's probably a little more.
Yeah.
So then, do you give the others like 15 minutes each, including entrances? That's rough on the tag matches. So you could be right.
I think they're going 4 hours. It seems to be a thing to do now with the big 4. So, especially when it
It's going to
starts.
be a long show.
Yeah. Especially when it's starting early as well. It starts at midnight here.
Does it? Oh, okay. No, that confirms it then. Wow, that's a lot of wrestling.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're going to stick with the Cruiserweight theme. We have a bunch of luchadors. Mucha Lucha. Kalisto, Lince Dorado, Gran Metalik, taking on Jack Gallagher. Oh, that guy. What happened to this guy? TJP, too. What happened to... Disappointing. And Drew Gulak. So these guys aren't the Zoe train anymore, presumably.
Were they ever?
Well, Drew Gulak was. I guess the other 2 weren't so much. Yeah, so we've got the Cruiserweight faces and the Cruiserweight heels.
Jeez. Let's go with the faces.
All right.
I'll go with Kalisto, Dorado, and Metallic.
Cool. I agree with you. I think that is a good match for the faces to win in some kind of high-flying, fast-paced affair. Kick things off. Also,
we'll try to.
They're Mexican, right? Kalisto, Gran Metalik, they're from Mexico. This is a trios match. It's a lucha style. They'll feel at home in this environment.
My God.
What?
Nothing.
It's like a home field advantage.
Sure. Yeah.
Will, what have you got?
I'm going with the faces.
Okay.
Team face.
Okay. Well, that's faces all round then. Which means kind of have to hope Beans goes for heels just to keep things interesting. Then we have the Revival, desperately in need of a bit of a revival, going up against the Balor Club, Gallows and Anderson.
Okay. It's got to be the Revival.
Well,
well.
You would think.
Oh man, that's a Can I pass to hear some logic?
All right, Will, what have you got?
Are you still there, Will?
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Apparently, no, you can't hear any logic then, because
No.
I've got exactly what you had. It's got to be the Revival.
All right.
Although this Balor Club thing, they've just got together. Maybe it's time to
true.
push them.
That's what I was... yeah. And with the
I just think
Revival
the Revival.
taking that
need it.
pedigree,
Mm.
it's making me second guess possibly them winning it all. So... You know what? I can't remember the last time Gallows and Anderson won a match, let alone a tag match for that matter. I'll go with them.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, that's something. Okay, they won a match. Well, they beat the Revival apparently on this on the 25th anniversary. So the last time they won a tag match was on Monday.
Oh, well, all right.
They also won some 6-man tags recently on Raw with Finn Balor. They have beaten Heath Slater and Rhino on main event.
Yeah, nobody watches that.
No one watches main event.
Yeah.
Most of their wins have come on main event. If you go back to Raws, they beat Enzo Amore and Big Show in August.
Jeez.
That's it. So you're going with Balor Club?
Yeah. Without Balor.
Yeah, just his club. And Will, we lost you for a minute.
Yeah, sorry, no problem there.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Good Brothers.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. I feel like I've got an easy point here, but we'll see. Maybe I'm the idiot. Then we have this one's going to be difficult because we don't know. Bobby Roode has issued an open challenge for the US Championship. So, I don't know. Will Roode win or will some other guy win?
I think it's going to be Ziggler, and I think I'll go with Bobby Roode.
Yeah, I was just thinking Ziggler. Cool.
I thought maybe Ziggler for the Rumble. But yeah, that's true.
Well, it could still be a surprise because nobody watches the pre-show. So wait, both of you went for the Revival, just to be clear?
No, Will went for the Balors.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm going for the Revival.
Okay. Gotcha. And
I agree with you. I think Roode's winning the US.
Yeah, he just won it too. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Exactly. Will, you think Roode as well?
Yep.
Okay. Right. The yip movement.
Yep. We need more of those. It's like NWO, just many different chapters of the main yes movement, splinter groups. So, if it's Ziggler and he loses, god damn. But then I suppose the guy wins the US title, just leaves it in the ring, then shows up in the Rumble and loses the Rumble as well. That's also, like, what a dork. So I don't know what you can do with this guy now. He needs to win something. Kind of hope it's not Ziggler. Right, main show. Let's get into the tags on the sticking to a championship theme. We have SmackDown, the Usos. They've held the belts for a little while now. Could it be time for Chad Gable and
No.
Smoot? I know you want to say it.
Shelton Benjamin, Chad Gable.
That was terrible.
It was. Sorry.
Shelton Benjamin. That's it.
I
Said
still
the right way.
Yeah, I don't get that. I don't know why that became a thing, but I think
you love it.
I do love it because it's just it's absurd.
Yeah.
With the crazy antics with the tag match from like SmackDown a couple weeks ago with the whole, hey, I'm gonna pin the wrong Uso even though I'm the illegal man, and the refs just count it. I mean, surely that's gotta lead to something. So I'm gonna go with Gable and Benjamin here. Honestly.
Ooh. Okay. Will, do you agree?
Not sure. I think so. I want to say that. I think I will. Yeah, I will.
Okay, I agree. Only because I think there's gonna be a segment where Chad Gable runs into Jason Jordan, and both of them have tag belts, but not with each other.
Otherwise, it's going to be an awkward encounter.
I just feel like maybe Gable and Benjamin are walking through the thing. They've just won. You know, they've got the belts over the shoulders. Bump into the not Shield. Gable's like, "Hey, well, I got one of these. Good luck out there keeping yours." And then maybe they lose them. Something like that. That said, Raw tags. Jason Jordan, Seth Rollins defending against The Bar. The Bar are on a bit of a losing streak at the moment. Lucky for them, it's not Titus Worldwide.
Yeah, you know what? I'll say Cesaro and Sheamus retain.
Win them. They're
they're the challengers. Yeah, they win them.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, no, Rollins and Jordan. Never mind. Sorry.
I'm going with Bar.
For some reason, I just think that Cesaro and Sheamus are still tag champs on the Raw brand.
Yeah. I'm kind of torn on this one. I think you're probably right, but they did just have Roman Reigns lose his belt, and they were kind of building up the idea of all the three Shield guys having the belts. And now with Ambrose out, do they really need him? Maybe we just move on and they can have a little feud with each other. Yeah, I'm gonna go with The Bar. Just to mix things up, because we've predicted all the same so far, more or less.
So you're going with The Bar, okay.
I'm going with The Bar. And Will, you were Rollins and Jordan, right?
No, I'm going with The Bar.
Wow, alright.
Okay. Because they don't just set The Bar. So...
They are The Bar.
Then, we got some world titles here. Should we start off with SmackDown again? That is AJ Styles defending against Cammy. Because who isn't sick of that after the first time? Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. It's a handicap match, so if they win, apparently, they'll be co-champions.
Yeah. I'm not sure what
Like
I don't like the idea of co-champions.
No.
Because chances are they'll just BFF the title like they did with the women's championship with Late Cool back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So on that premise alone, I'm going with AJ Styles.
He's also been losing a lot to these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Generally, you lose a lot, you end up winning. So I agree. I think Styles is retaining.
Yeah, Styles for me too.
Okay.
Yeah, that was an easy one. Then we've got another three-man world title match. Brock Lesnar defending against Braun Strowman and Kane. Why Kane? Why the hell not? Triple threat this time. Everyone going for Lesnar?
Strowman.
Really?
For the nature of the game, I'm going with Strowman.
Mm.
No. He's going for Strowman.
In terms of points, it mightn't be a bad move, that, but I'm going Lesnar.
Lesnar. Alright, and Lesnar as well.
Yeah, Lesnar for me, definitely. So then we've got the main events, the co-main events. Let's start with the first ever, the history-making female women's Royal Rumble. I could run down the 18 names. We know Naomi, Asuka, Ruby Riott, Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Natalya, Sasha Banks, Bayley, Carmella, Tamina, Lana, Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan, not Paige, Mickie James, Nia Jax, Becky Lynch, Alicia Fox, and Dana Brooke. That's everyone. That's everyone except the champions on the women's roster.
Right.
So we need some NXT call-ups. We need some surprises. Maybe veterans coming back to fill out the last 12 spots. So it could be anyone.
It literally could be anybody.
Yeah.
Male or female.
I don't know if that bit's true. Although, Santina Morella.
That's true, yeah.
No, there is precedent for this.
Beth Phoenix.
Wait, what?
Beth Phoenix. She eliminated Khali that one year.
Oh, right. I thought you were implying that she wasn't female.
No! Oh my god. No.
Fairly sure she is.
That's... Oh my god. Alright.
And China, too. She
Yeah.
eliminated Mark Henry.
Many
And Karma eliminated Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah.
Women actually have a great record in the Rumble.
Yeah. From the list of 18, and you know, there's that rumor that Ronda Rousey is gonna come in and may even win it. My pick has got to be James Ellsworth.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna pick Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah.
Really?
Okay. All right. Becky Lynch. That's. I don't see it, but yeah, I guess. She hasn't done anything for a while. It's probably a good shout.
All the more reason to make her do stuff.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed. You can do a lot worse. Will, any advance on Becky Lynch?
Yeah. Apparently the Ronda Rousey room has been shut down because apparently she's in Colombia doing a film.
She
Wow.
was in Colombia. She Instagrammed last night, I think, so she would, in theory, have up to 48 hours to fly in. It can't be done.
Mm-hmm.
Unless she's been Instagramming today, in which case.
I'm still not picking her. I'm going with Asuka.
The obvious pick.
Yes.
And I hope you're right. I'm going with Ronda Rousey. I think,
Really?
you know, the rumors are there for a reason. Other options here, in terms of the odds, they kind of fall off pretty quickly after Asuka. Becky Lynch, Nia Jax, Stephanie McMahon herself. She's going to be on commentary, but she's an option. Nikki Bella there. Sasha Banks, Charlotte Flair, and Alexa Bliss. They're not announced, but could be. Trish Stratus has odds.
Charlotte.
AJ Lee is actually a stronger favorite, at least a stronger option over actual, Mickie James there.
Charlotte's the champ,
Ruby
though,
Riott.
by the way.
She could challenge for the other
Oh,
belt.
gotcha.
Yeah. Which they should do. So why not? Okay, and then the big one, the men's rumble. This is a difficult one. there's
also 18 announced.
Also 18 announced. I can run through them. We have, in order of their announcements, Elias, not Sampson, Randy Orton, Shinsuke Nakamura, John Cena, Finn Balor, Baron Corbin, Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy, with Rusev Day and Aiden English, Apollo Crews, Titus O'Neil, The Miz, New Day, all three, Ty Dillinger, and now Roman Reigns has just been announced too. Samoa Joe, of course, pulled out.
Yeah, due to injury.
Due to injury, so that means we've got 12 spots to fill there too, and lots of people left on the roster who could still be in there. Quite big names too. You know, Jinder Mahal's not in there. Bobby Roode, obviously. Dolph Ziggler's a strong possibility.
What if Cena wins it and challenges The Undertaker?
Undertaker's not a champion.
Doesn't matter. He just challenges him to a match.
Well, he could do that without winning the Rumble.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's got to put an exclamation point on it. Just be like, "Hey, I won the Rumble. Screw the 16-time title thing. I want the Undertaker."
Well, your reward for winning the Rumble is being able to pull anyone out of retirement.
Right. Yeah. for a match at WrestleMania. Yeah. No. Assuming they don't blow it for Reigns, because he did lose the Intercontinental title to Miz on the 25th Raw show, the 25th anniversary show. So it does seem like that would be the correct guess, is that he would win it and challenge Lesnar for the title at WrestleMania. But I say screw all that. Let's go with Rusev.
I really like that idea.
Let's make it Rusev Day every day.
Because they're back in the arena where Roman Reigns controversially won it.
Yeah.
And he won it throwing out Rusev at the end.
Yeah.
When all of the fan favorites were eliminated, dumped out unceremoniously by Big Show and Kane. Everyone started chanting, "We want Rusev," because he was hiding under the ring.
Yeah.
Rusev came back, and then he got dumped too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that idea. I think that'd be a good spin on it. I've got Nakamura, because he's the obvious choice.
Okay.
Styles retaining and Nakamura winning here.
I was going with Nakamura, but just for the sheer hell of it, I'm going to go with Daniel Bryan.
Yeah!
Oh! Wow.
Yeah, it would be disappointing if none of us went for Daniel Bryan. Other strong options here, we've got Roman Reigns. Dolph Ziggler apparently is a betting favourite.
Yeah.
Braun
I mean,
Strowman.
You haven't seen him for a while, so I mean, I don't see why not.
Because it's Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, that too.
I think that's why. Braun Strowman, I guess, to lose the title match and then win the Rumble. That could happen. I can see that one. Finn Balor, John Cena, then it drops off from there. It's a weird one. Every year we seem to have one really strong favourite, maybe two, for the Rumble.
Yeah.
And this year, there's just no one. Nakamura is like the strongest option we have. I still don't really see it.
Yeah, I think that's putting me off going for Nakamura is the fact he's on SmackDown. And they tend to want to give the Rumble to someone on Raw.
Is that true?
I may have just made that up. It seems that way though. It seems to be that the big Mania feuds always seem to be on Raw.
Well, that much is
Still
true.
a split anyway.
That much is true. I think they do semi-regularly. I don't know. We'll look through it in a bit. But they do tend to have the Raw match go on main eventing WrestleMania.
Mm.
Even when the SmackDown guy is the Rumble winner, it's like Del Rio opened the show.
Yeah.
I think Edge. Oh no, Edge was Undertaker. That was the main event. Right, let's have a look through here. Winners of the Rumble going backwards. Randy Orton last year, that was SmackDown, but he didn't main event WrestleMania. Roman Reigns was Raw and he did. Batista was Raw and he did. Cena.
You forgot Triple H in 16.
Oh yeah, that's true. Wait, what happened with that? Why is that not listed?
It was for the title, wasn't it? It was the
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. That's true. And he main evented too. But then there wasn't a brand split, was there? From
no, well,
yeah,
wasn't official.
So then let's go back to 2012, I guess. Sheamus was SmackDown. That wasn't a thing. Del Rio, that opened. Edge lost to Chris Jericho. That was SmackDown, and that wasn't the main event. Randy Orton lost to Triple H. That was the main event, unfortunately, at WrestleMania 25. So there is a theme. It seems to be roughly 50-50 between Raw and SmackDown, but the SmackDown feuds don't main event WrestleMania. Huh, I hadn't noticed that, but you're onto something there.
Yeah, so, well, it kind of saying that me picking Daniel Bryan is going to work out, isn't it? Yeah,
You can open the show. No one wants to see that. No one's paying for that.
It also puts a damper on my Rusev pick as well. When you put it like that.
That doesn't mean that they can't win.
True.
It just means that their Mania match isn't going to be very important.
Are they going to give them the choice again to pick which title they go for? I assume they will.
Good question. I'm not sure anything's been said about that.
I don't know. I think it's just.
Okay.
It's tied to whatever brand that they win on.
That seems to be the case. It does say here, should a free agent win either match? So if Cena wins, they can choose.
The way they put it over, they always say it's a championship opportunity, and they always put it that way again.
Do you think Cena could win it?
No.
Unlikely.
Well, he could, but no. Although I did actually like your idea before. Say he wins, and the following night on Raw he says, "I've had championship matches. I've done all that. I want the Undertaker." That would kind of work.
I just think that really kills the Rumble.
Well, yeah.
Like this, he could just lose the Rumble and then do that anyway. So I came real close, but actually, if I'm honest, I kind of want. There's another match I have my heart set on anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, is there any bonus questions that we could come up with?
I mean, who were you expecting to see surprise-wise in the Rumble?
Oh, there we go. Yeah, Rumble surprises. There we go. Gosh, I'm trying to think. I'm racking my brain. Honest to goodness, I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Spud.
Rockstar
Spud. All right.
There's some strong-ish rumors on Bobby Lashley and EC3. I don't know if you guys could see either of those showing up.
Is that what you're going with? EC3, Bobby Lashley?
No, just kind of throwing them out there.
If
Lashley
EC3 does turn up, do they call him Derek Bateman?
I think they have to. Not sure they'd be allowed to call him EC3. How about some of the veterans we saw, like MVP?
Yeah, MVP's a good shout, yeah.
Oh, man.
Could we see Ricochet show up?
No,
I mean, it's possible. I don't know if he would debut. I don't know if he would debut at the Rumble, though.
No.
Did the Hardys debut last year?
At WrestleMania.
At
Yeah,
WrestleMania, that's what it was. Gotcha.
I think to do a surprise Rumble entrance, you kind of have to be sort of known already. I think to the WWE audience, he wouldn't be.
The WWE audience that goes to the Rumble in Philly, I think if you've got any chance of him getting a good reaction, it's going to be there. Well, there or Chicago.
No, that's a good point. I didn't think of that. Yeah. Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. Well, yeah.
I honestly, I don't know anybody I could think of off the top of my head that would genuinely surprise me that I know. I mean, granted, you could have like a Ricochet or, you know, anybody else from the indie scenes to possibly pop up and just be like, oh, yeah, that sounds vaguely familiar to me.
Okay, here's some of the odds for making an appearance.
Okay.
We got Dolph Ziggler, Kane, EC3, Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne's, maybe.
That's a good. I think. Sorry, just on that note, he was due at a UK show tomorrow, and he's pulled out.
Ah, okay.
So I think that's probably likely.
Who was he wrestling at that show?
I'm not sure, but I can find out. Talk amongst yourself.
Yeah. Triple H, Jeff Hardy, Andrade Almas. I guess he would have to lose the NXT belt to be there.
Yeah.
Chris Jericho, Ricochet, Killian Dane, Cassius Ohno. Yeah, good luck with that one.
I was gonna say
Mark
Jericho's
Henry.
a joke.
Yeah. Mark Henry, Roderick Strong, MVP, Tyler Bate, Undertaker, Daniel Bryan. Well, Will's got his prediction there. Sting, Bubba Dudley, Steve Austin, Jake Roberts. That'd be cool. Shawn Michaels, Mick Foley, Austin Aries, right?
TNA champ. Yeah.
Goldberg, Wade Barrett, The Rock, Booker T. Booker T's actually possible. Christian Great Khali, Carlito. That rumor every year acts back. Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh yeah.
Edge, Kenny Omega, Ryback, Kevin Nash, my big homie. Hulk Hogan and CM Punk.
He was
Barack Obama. Usually Obama's in these things.
Really?
Oh yeah. In fact, he's probably to win it. There you go. He's 1,000 to 1 to win it.
Oh.
Donald Trump only 750 to 1.
I'll go with Sting.
Pete Dunne was scheduled to take part in Britannia Wrestling Royally Rumbled event, and he was taking part in the 30-man over the top rope battle royal. So he's not doing that and doing the real one.
Yeah, it could be. That's good.
Royally Rumbled.
Because he's the current UK champion. Right?
Yeah.
And didn't he have a match against a TNA champion recently?
Yeah, he was on another indie show, and who's the Impact champion now?
The
Well, Austin
champion,
Aries.
Austin Aries, yeah.
It might be him. But yeah, it was the first time a current TNA champion had faced a WWE champion.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe if it was that match that he pulled out of, that could explain it. Maybe they didn't want him doing that. I don't know.
I think if they still want to get this UK show off the ground, which they seem to want to do, it would be perfect to put some of them in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
It was Austin Aries, by the way. So.
Okay. Cool.
Destiny World Wrestling.
It's a big match. Big match for such a small fed.
Yeah.
It's cool.
What about for the females? Any surprises?
Nothing listed here, I don't think.
Really?
I think Ronda's the big one. In-ring appearance. Got nothing.
Okay.
I'd go. I'd say Trish might get involved.
Just
She
Stratus,
seems.
Yeah, okay, so on the to win it odds here, we've got, not currently in the company, Ronda, Stephanie McMahon, Nikki Bella, Trish Stratus, Brie Bella, Lita, AJ Lee, Beth Phoenix, Ember Moon, maybe. Michelle McCool there, Kairi Sane, Maria Menounos. She's doing the ring announcing.
Oh, God.
Nikki Cross, Stacy Keibler, and Tori Wilson. Nothing kind of too surprising there.
Okay. I'll just say whoever's on NXT and just play it safe.
You think there might be a few NXT call-ups as well?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, in both.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
So,
they too can be wasted.
yeah.
All right. Anything else, Rumble-wise, or?
No, unfortunately, because of that 25th anniversary show, we don't really have a whole lot to talk about going in.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that they would have done something like maybe a old wrestler battle royal or something like that. You know.
Just thought it was going to be a much bigger week than it turned out to be.
Yeah.
That was rumored. That was rumored to be happening at the Manhattan Center. For some reason, it didn't.
Yeah, because they
We've
didn't
got
do
the
anything
NXT.
with the band.
Takeover is on right now,
It is.
Oh, all right. Should we get going?
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Let's
Alrighty.
let people watch it.
You got it. We're gonna head out of here. We'll see you guys hopefully next week. Enjoy the Rumble. You can always check us out on IWCRadio.com. Check us out on Twitter at the IWC Radio, and YouTube and iTunes, of course. Drop us a like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys hopefully next week. Enjoy NXT and Royal Rumble. We'll see you then. Take care, everybody. Good night.